Oh, it gets better. Dig up the body. Do your job. Dig up the body. Just going over some video evidence. This particular file only has 11,000 in it. Oh, it's a lot of footage, you know. So if there's any detective out there that actually wants to do their fucking job, there's a body in the leach field at 762 Spring Creek Drive, Divide, Colorado. Jason Mikesell and the goons at TCSO and IX0 are covering this up. One file number 15-28-48_2M.MKV. Public record, by the way, because it's already been turned in a billion fucking times. David comes in with no shirt on and belches. He has a bottle of red cleaner in his hand that he had brought upstairs and put it in the trash. He looks over my shoulder to see what I am doing. The TV is so freaking loud, and he says, "Just remember," and I'm like, what? Because I couldn't hear over the TV. David walks back in with another red bottle of cleaner and goes to the counter to open it. David says, "You're okay there, hon, just don't," and I'm like, what? Stop accusing me of shit. David, it would be nice if you would quit doing that. Me, it would be nice if you quit accusing me of shit. He then goes back downstairs with a red bottle of cleaner. David reemerges, having taken a shower and putting clean clothes on. And asks me, let's see, well, he's cleaning his ears out with a Q-tip. He starts bitching at me again with this distraction technique. Him giving orders on chores and wanting to know if I made any money. The TV is still blaring so freaking loud. At 15:41:02, David said, "Did you get that tied today?" Me, "Yeah, it's downstairs. I opened it. It's downstairs. I already put it away." David, "Okay." He gets his blue cup of booze, his blue cup that he uses for booze, out of the dishwasher. David said something that I couldn't hear, and he goes back downstairs. Then at file 164118-2, he says, "Alimony won't. I'm not going to cover any of those bills." More motive. File 19-20-52_2M.MKV. David goes to the kitchen. "Messing with something out of view? Come on." There's clunking, the chair's dragging. Sounds like David's tampering with our dinner. He did. David, "Come on." Dragging noises and shaking. Then later on he's telling Grandma, "I gotta go all the way up to Delta, Grand Junction, right on the Utah border, past that." Then later on, I served Rochelle and Grandma their dinner, and I asked him, I said, "Are you going to get some, David?" David, "No, I never even eaten breakfast." Me, "Okay." David says, "Clean your eggs." Then he says, "Are you going to eat some food? When?" Me, "I'm full." David, "Be full, And my sarcastic ass says, "My boyfriend fed me already today." David, "Out gallivanting?" David, that's what you do, or a good tube steak. One of the two. The next day, he takes 45 minutes from the time he pulls in from his job. He gets home, takes 40 minutes to come inside. He immediately started complaining. David said, "The sewer is backing up. Someone's really dead. You can't find it. It stinks, rancid. Can't tell what it smells like, though." I didn't hear exactly what he had said over the television, and Grandma was cooking beans that day and burnt it. Made the whole house smell. David, "No, that ain't it. Up here is lemongrass." Me, "Because I just made lemongrass in Grandma's beans." David, "Well, downstairs it's a puddle full of 3 years, something like that, in the garage, under the basket. I don't know, there's something bad, but the whole basement smells like dead mice or dead something. Something's dead. I don't wanna, that's what I said. I'm waiting for stuff to be backing up. I opened the garage door and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I have that guy coming out, the septic service." David, "On the first day, this Friday night?" "Yeah." David, I hope it's not sewage, unless it's backing up in the I'll have to go look in the drain in the garage, because there's a floor drain maybe in the garage, but I don't think so. I don't think so, David. It's not pee. It's definitely not pee. There's something down there, David. Then goes downstairs. So what you have to understand, there's a foul smell, and I had made an appointment with the septic service because he kept telling me it was downstairs backing up, and it wasn't, because I inspected and there wasn't anything wrong, but I still called the septic service to inspect it because of the rotten smell. So of course he's gaslighting and trying to figure out what I have going on so he doesn't get caught. David is back upstairs again, behind the door, messing with stuff on the counter, puts something in his pocket, and brings up the smell again without being asked. David, did you hear me? I'm like, huh? David, that smell, that's in the garage, that same smell, that's downstairs. I went in her room, that's trapped in the back room, that's all it is. Anyways. David says, you need to get rid of Mom and put them in a home. Later on, without being asked again, he makes a comment, Hun, so when are you going to get rid of them? 18:10:57. David walks back in, and I said, you went and got the eggs for me? I didn't unscrew that thing. David, yeah, what you cooking? Me, zucchini. David, you didn't. There was just small eggs. What? About these two, Grandma and Aunt is talking about. She came out at 5 o'clock on the spot, David. David says, you should have went and got the fucking eggs. Me, I was making dinner. David, you should have made them dinner. I made them dinner. David, you and your stupid grandma. David, doesn't matter. Death will become them. Just so you know, death will become them. I'm tired of it. Grandma and you guys will be dead and cold. So I'm up. Your family and your shit won't worry about it. There's a time when evil is supposed to die. Me, what? Because I couldn't hear over the TV. There's a time when evil's supposed to die. Yes, David, I agree. There is a time when your evil ass should, don't worry. Karma's gonna catch up to you, bitch. Anywho. There's a lot. Later on at 18:16:20, David says, I will get your ass in the back of a hearse. It will happen. Still living, bitch. Later on at 20-5906, David says, oh yeah, really? I have to get something from you. Someone's dead. 21-0106, he leans over where my coffee cup was at, looks like he dropped something in it, and said, you ain't gonna stay up all night. And then sits down in front of the TV again. Then David's super confused and concerned over when my doctor's appointment is because he didn't want to get caught. So he, out of the blue, without being prompted, says, when is your next appointment? Me, canceled. David, why? Because I'm waiting. Fuck, Dave. David, I told you that already, that it was going to happen over there. Me, when? Then why are you asking me? Why? David, well, I didn't know if they canceled or if you. Mind you, this is COVID and all the doctors were canceling their appointments. And I had only made one because I was sick because of the druggings and the grapes that he was doing to me. 22:02:41, David leans over my cup again and slips more poison in it. He gets up and throws something in the trash, then goes into the kitchen and rummages through the fridge. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. A little while later, he gets up, throws something in the trash, puts a dish in the sink, goes back into the living room and sits down in front of the TV. David said, without being prompted, do you want to sit around with Grandma and record me? Probably 4 hours and 45 minutes. And so I'm pretty good doped up by now. And he says, David says, what's your problem, bitch? And I'm like, what? He's like, Oh, it gets better. Dig up the body. Do your job. Dig up the body. And yes, we will get to the part where David comes inside covered in dirt, head to toe. The part where you could hear the giant thud, like a body hitting the ground. There's so much video evidence. But yet, Teller County Sheriff's Office and Jason Mikesell want to keep this covered up. Being complicit makes you just as guilty.